Fraud power rankings time. First of all, I want to spoiler alert here. I'm not. I'm Boston. Boston is not going to make an appearance. I know a lot of listeners probably think these fraud power rankings are going to be very Boston heavy, given what we saw in Game 5 in Boston. But first of all, I think the Celtics players, if in fact this is what is going to ultimately be the narrative of this series, and by that I mean if in fact the Sixers go on to beat the Celtics in Game 6 on Thursday, and this is it, and the Celtics will probably, I don't know if they'll blow it up, but like there's got to be some drastic change within how they're approaching this, because this core is obviously not going to be able to get over the hump. I think it's premature to say that. I think we have to wait until they're dead, until it's actually officially over. I'm not going to put dirt on their grave at all. But if people want to jump ahead, at least the Game 5 part of this, I don't want to go after the Celtics players, because in my mind, Game 5 is just, in the words of the late Dennis Green, the Celtics are who we thought they were. I mean, this team is very clearly just permanently broken mentally. Jason Tatum has negative charisma somehow. Jaylen Brown is just not that guy. Like this is just who they are. Like this is not a surprise to me whatsoever. So I say that knowing full well that the Celtics very well may win this series. They might still win the NBA championship, all that sort of thing. But they have no dog. I don't know how else to say it. This is something we've seen over and over and over again with these guys. And so for that reason, I'm not going after the players because it's just low-hanging fruit. Also low-hanging fruit is the Celtics fans. I was tempted to put the Celtics fans at number 1 on the fraud power rankings this week. But again, that's just like way too low-hanging fruit. I honestly, I don't think the Celtics fans are frauds. I don't even want to attack them. I just genuinely pity the Celtics fans at this point, that you're booing your own team. They're booing their team, TJ. Think about this. Think about all these things that were going on. You're booing your team that went to the finals last year, have been to 4 of the last 6 conference finals. They're playing a team that has the MVP of the league and has a guy who is a former MVP, who's not the current MVP. The 2 MVPs on the other team. You have a first-year head coach. And on top of it all, your team's not even being eliminated yet. Like, I don't understand if this was, if the Celtics were down 3, the Celtics had already lost 3 games, and now this was like Game 6 at home, and now the season is over, and now you're booing your guys as the clock is running out on the season, whatever. The season's not even over yet. It was just a shameful performance, I felt, from the Celtics fans to do that. And I don't know. I for that reason, I don't want to put them on the fraud power rankings, because I genuinely pity them. I think like the entitlement would be hilarious to me if it wasn't so pathetic that this franchise has won 1 championship since 1986. To give you context, in case anyone didn't realize this, the Lakers have won 8 since then. The Bulls have won 6 since then. The Spurs have won 5 since then. The Warriors have won 4. The Detroit Pistons have won 3 titles since 1986. The Boston Celtics have won 1. The Miami Heat have won 3. The Houston Rockets have won 2. The Bucks and the Raptors, the Cavs, the Mavs, they have all won 1. You've won 1 title since 1986, and you act like a core group of guys that go to the Eastern Conference Finals seemingly every single year. Losing a game at home is the end of the world. It was shameful. It was shameful stuff. TJ. So I just wanted to get out ahead of that. I don't want to attack the Celtics fans at all, and I just wanted to make sure I said all that, so that way I just want to make a conscious effort to not attack them.
Yep.
So I'm not going to put them on the fraud power rankings this week. So
I'm sure they all appreciate that.
Credit to me for being a bigger man.
Yeah.
You're booing your. I'm not a. I mean, I guess it's an East Coast thing, but like I don't.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I
think Yankees fans have booed the team this year, but it's not the playoffs. Like we're having a bad season so far, so I think that there's more room for, and we've had bad performances in the past. I don't really understand booing your own team.
Does booing work? I don't think booing works only if it's like you've reached like paper sack on the head status, and you're like, please fire everybody and blow this whole team up. When it's like, we have a really good team that has been really, really good but just hasn't won the championship, so let's boo them because they're not going to win the championship again.
Right.
You've won 1 championship since 1986. You act like this is something you expect to do every single year. It's insanity. It's not even. I mean, like that's what's so funny to me. This is why I hate Celtics fans. I don't at this point in my life. I'm not even sure I really have an NBA team. I just like watching basketball, and I still hate the Celtics as though I'm a Lakers or a Sixers fan, because the entitlement is just insane. It is insane. There's no other franchise that comes anywhere close to this than the Celtics fans. And then on top of it, they own like half of the fucking NBA media is Celtics fans that pretend like they're not Celtics fans. That then try to report in like an unbiased way, but then you like go click on any of these NBA media members' bios and you read like their upbringing and they're born somewhere in Massachusetts, and then like they get in front of cameras and they're like, I'm unbiased, I'm just a national reporter. And it's like, no, you're not. You're a Celtics fan. Everyone's a Celtics fan. Everyone talks about the Celtics at all times. The people won't shut the fuck up about the Celtics. Every award that exists in the NBA is named after a Celtics player. You got like the literally every fucking award is somehow named after Red Auerbach or Larry Bird or Bill Russell or on down the line. The Kevin McHale Post Move Man of the Year award. It's like, how many awards do we need named after Celtics players? How many Celtics players do we need? Marcus Smart winning Defensive Player of the Year is absurd. This just goes on and on and on, TJ. And all of it's fine. Love your team. But then when you start booing your team, that's when you lose me, because like if it's coming from a place of like we just want to gas our guys up, it can be annoying at times, but I understand it. But now you're booing your guys when the season's not even over, when they're gonna go win in Philly and then come back home and win in games. If I was like Tatum and Brown and they win Game 7 at home, if they win Game 6 and then come back in Game 7 and win Game 7, and the fans are cheering me, I would flip all of them off, and I would go into the press conference and I'd be like, I want to see none of you at the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't want to see a goddamn person in this arena. None. We want to play in front of an empty arena. Screw all of you. That's what I would do. But you know,
that would be incredible.
No, I would.
Turn heel on your own fans.
Yeah. I mean, they turned heel on this. It's insane.
Yeah.
It'd be like, again, it'd be one thing if this core, and I get it, they have not won a title, but what one core since 1986 has won a title for the Celtics. It'd be one thing if these guys were losing in the first round every single year, and the second round and they can't ever. They were in the finals last year. You were in the NBA finals last year. You were in the NBA finals last year. You were in the NBA finals. It's insane. It's insane. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I'm not going to go in on the Celtics.
Right. Don't.
I'm gonna make sure I don't do that, because if I do, I'll get carried away.